Two-way conversation with your customers begins with active listening. Smart businesses are now trying to make the shift to promoting deeper connection with customers and prospects by opening up a two-way conversation. In the new world of social media marketing, business-to-consumer relationships are now shifting to a more consumer-focused and consumer-driven life force. For most businesses to survive, they must find a way to become more social with customers and prospects. Using the powerful reach of the varied social media platforms, it's all about allowing customers to feedback comments, questions, suggestions, and yes, complaints. And the two-way conversation begins with active listening. Active listening is the art of temporarily putting aside attitudes and judgments to purely listen to a speaker's message. Active listening invites the listener to provide verbal cues of understanding and empathy to the speaker. As a business owner or sales or customer service rep, it's increasingly more important to first be a good listener before trying to communicate a marketing message. Once you open up the two-way back and forth, a customer first needs to feel that he or she has been heard and understood. The most effective way to do this is with active listening. When listening to comments, questions, concerns, or complaints, it's most important to understand the listening process. We've all been an unsatisfied customer somewhere before. If it's your job to review and respond to customer feedback, it helps to remember a time when you had questions, concerns, or were a frustrated or unsatisfied customer. The first step of active listening is to put aside prejudgments and existing beliefs and attitudes and keep an open mind about the speaker's message. And don't be defensive. It's about accepting what the speaker is saying and feeling. Acceptance doesn't necessarily mean agreement or whether or not a listener likes what he or she is hearing. It's about acknowledgement and understanding that, for the speaker, that's how he or she feels. Don't necessarily try to solve any problems or concerns before actually fully listening to what is being expressed. If this initial emotional connection is made, the rest of the exchange will go more smoothly. The next step of active listening is to provide a verbal cue of acknowledgement, understanding, and/or empathy. You want to avoid negating or diminishing what the speaker is saying. That must have been frustrating when your delivery was late. It sounds like you have some suggestions as to how we could have handled this better. Your initial statement back to the speaker is crucial in setting the tone of the rest of the conversation. If the speaker feels heard and understood, he or she is much more likely to then listen to what you have to say in return. Many times offering attentive, respectful listening will go a long way in deepening relationships with your customers. One word of caution is that effective active listening may encourage your customers to share even more with you than you may have expected or wanted. Once you feel the customer feels heard and respected, you then can move on to answering questions or solving problems. Active listening takes some time and lots of focus, but it will go a long way in separating you from others in your industry who don't yet understand the value of listening to customers. Have you established the two-way conversation yet? http://maestrosocialmedia.com